Hey guys, today my first guide that is about another class than Rogue. Usually I'm a Rogue main, Rogue lover, so today we talk about Hunter. I play at the moment World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore. So the guide is definitely focused on World of Warcraft Classic and a little bit on Hardcore, but I also have to be honest with you, I don't know how it is with other classes besides the general tips and tricks for Hardcore, to play more safe, to don't pull like 5 mobs, whatever. Hunter is not that different from Hardcore and playing it normal. Why? Because the Beastmaster spec Beast Mastery is already the best leveling build anyways, so that doesn't matter if you play Hardcore or not. So the differences are not that much. So yes, I play Hardcore at the moment, and at the moment is the biggest topic, but this guide is definitely also for Classic in general, for the vanilla version of World of Warcraft. So let's start into it. We talk first about the build. Like I already said, we are going for Beast Mastery. 31 points in Beast Mastery. All the other points are then later on going into Marksman. There is you have different possibilities. Let us go quick over this. How you are choosing your talents. Let me go quick here and we hop quick onto it. So as you can see here, yeah, you can usually start here because your pet is so strong. Your pet is one of the most important things in the game in general for you, so why not pimping your pet? You could go for this here, you could go for this here. It doesn't matter at the end that much. That is making you a little bit stronger, that is making the pet a little bit more tanky. For your first walkthrough, I would recommend you go like this. This is definitely strong. Maybe you can also take this before you take this here into the points. 5 here, and then you are having already your stun. You fulfill this and you have the 31 points in Beast Mastery, and then you would go here for efficiency, little shots, aimed shot, 3 points here, 1 point here to be able to go here, and that's at the end the full build. If we are talking about the full build, I would change a little bit different things. If you want to start with this, then raiding or spamming dungeons, then I would here put some talents a little bit different in this build. I would put here 5. I think here's only 4. If I'm not wrong, let me see if I got it right. Yeah, then this would be the build for raiding and dungeons. Why? Because if your pet dies from boss mechanics, it's super important that you res it as fast as possible, and 10 seconds is crazy. Reduced by 6 seconds is okay, 4 seconds still a lot, but doable. And also the energy regeneration is super good if you go with Claw. Claw is a little bit better DPS wise. For leveling I prefer Bite, to be honest, but Claw is the better leveling. Also what is important, if you go here for 31 points and then swap over here, you know, 31 points, you have that level 40, then you swap over here to go for here for that. But you can also make, in my opinion, I don't know, around level 45 50 a swap. And the swap would look then like this, that you go only here for these 11 points, that you have your aim shot, which is pretty good, pretty important. And then you go here for this build that I showed you to get the things here, to get the perfect. So you see now level 41 here, level 44, one more here, so that would look like level 50, 51. So at latest at level 51 I would definitely you have to aim shot, so then it's maybe not necessary, but you can swap around from the first build that I showed you. I mean, that's the important part, but at the end of the day you go for 31 and here the 20 This is at the end kind of how it looks, or should it look. Let's go to the rotation. If you have aimed shot, then you usually only use aimed shot and multi-shot. Aimed shot always prior 1, and then looking for that you don't cancel any auto shots, getting the multi-shot in, and then when it's ready again you aimed shot. So that makes it pretty easy. For sure, you also have here your offensive cooldown, like Bestial Wrath. You have like rapid fire. You can definitely time them. If you have not aimed shot yet, so if you are in the, let me say, early stages of leveling, then to be honest it's even more easy. You just send your pet. Auto shots are usually enough, but usually I make 1 serpent sting, I make 1 multi-shot, and then I let it go down by auto attacks. Auto attacks are very strong as a hunter, so to be honest that's the standard rotation. Sure, you can also use here your offensive cooldowns, you can use here your stuns and everything. Looks a little bit different if you attack 2 mobs at the same time. You send your pet in, make a little bit of damage to just one, that he gets the aggro, send the pet on the next one, then usually a little bit like this, you look for the aggro, needs to change. As you can see, you can stun it as well. Another multi-shot. If they want to run away, you give them a concussive. So also 2 mobs are 0 problem. Usually I would say up to 3 is no problem. Should you do it in hardcore? Maybe not all the time. Why? Because if another thing is happening when you're fighting 3 mobs, then it could get south pretty fast. So that's why I usually recommend fight 1 or 2. 2 is pretty easy as a hunter, as you saw, so without any struggle you can do that. If a third one is joining the fight because you body aggro, body pull or whatever, you can easily do that, so that's it. Let's talk about items and weapons. For leveling there's only one important thing, because your auto hit attacks are so important. It's important that you always have a weapon for your level. That means I would say usually maximum 3 levels should your weapon behind. There are a lot of blue weapons, especially guns. I have the feeling that guns are a little bit more easy to obtain than bows or crossbows or whatever. But yeah, I would say usually every 2 levels when you go to the trainer, look also for a new green weapon and then just sell your other weapons. So that means also that you are barely spending gold for that, and if you spend gold for it, it's big worth, because like I said, auto attacks are, I don't know how much can we see it here. Yeah, the normal attack, you see auto attacks from your pet, and your own auto attacks are like 80% of the damage. That shows you how important that is. That's why I definitely would recommend this. Apart from this, you don't have to care a lot about items. What is important in hardcore is definitely a lot of items with stamina. Otherwise I would go for agility or attack power or ranged attack power, but I usually like the mix of stamina and another stat. So sure, you can also swap between guns and bows, but then you have to skill them, which is a little bit more easy than with melee weapons, but it's also sometimes a little bit annoying. I would recommend in melee weapons that you only choose one and then you keep with it. You see super low level, but usually it's only for the wing clip that you really need it. Also, pet healing is super important in your rotation if you need it. So, sorry, I forgot to mention that. That brings us to the next topic. It's the pet. I made another pet tier list, so you can also watch this video. Here right now I have Broken Tooth. Why? Because I usually fight only 1 or 2 mobs at the same time, which makes Broken Tooth pretty strong. If you are more into AoE farming, which is possible with Hunter, talking about 3, 4, maximum 5 mobs, if they are like 4 levels under your own level, you can do that. Then I would highly recommend you an ape, a gorilla, or the bats or owls. because they have the pets and also have the Screech, which makes aggro AoE, and also the gorillas have the nice Thunderstorm, which is a good option for making AoE aggro. Broken Tooth is just single target, so strong because it has a 1.0 attack speed. Pretty important also, especially in hardcore, thinking about this decision, what you want to do. If you are more into the AoE style, go for one of those that I mentioned. If you are more into single or 2 target maximum, I think Broken Tooth is the best way to go. And at the end of the day, if your pet is alive, you are alive. So your pet is pretty important, which makes pet healing very important, the stun very important, and that you also use your offensive cooldown, a Bestial Wrath, if you need it. And then also that leads maybe to the next topic, the macros. I have my pet attack on Hunter's Mark and on my auto shots that I send the pet to the next target. The other ones are, I don't have it binded, so only with these two I know that directly I send also the pet over to this mob. You can definitely bind it on more if you like. There's maybe another bind important for putting it passive that you can directly call it back to you. And I have a macro for my melee stuff. Let me see. That makes, to be honest, that's just attacking melee. If they are coming in melee, first with Raptor Strike if it's available. If not, start attack, and it's also casting Mongoose Bite if it's available. So yeah, that's it. But to be honest, I think Mongoose is not that strong, especially if you don't use it that much. So usually go for Raptor Strike or auto attacks. That's are the important macros that I use for playing Hunter. Like I said, you can put a pet attack on more different buttons, but I also don't like to put it on everyone, because then you always, it doesn't matter what you do, the pet is getting onto this target that you're having, and sometimes maybe you just want to finish off this target by your own and you want that the pet attacks still the current target or whatever. Professions. I have here now 2 gold making professions with mining and skinning, which is a good choice gold wise, bad choice for hard situations, and the only profession that can help you in those kind of situations is engineering. So if I would have to recommend you something, I would recommend you going for mining and engineering. If you want to first go for gold, I would definitely recommend you skinning and mining. Skinning gives you a lot of gold that other people don't get, because there's a lot of beasts to skin during all the way. Even beasts that you don't kill by yourself, don't defeat by yourself, you can skin them and sell the leather in to vendors or to the auction house. So it's always a nice little extra money. I don't have a list that I can show you how much money I made now with skinning during this leveling process. Is my second hunter. The first hunter died at 54, I think, 54, 53, I kind of forgot it. So it's my second hunter now in hardcore. I played hunter also a lot in was it BFA? In BFA, in Mythic Plus and stuff like this. So it is definitely one of the classes that I enjoy, also next to Rogue, together with Fury Warriors and stuff like this. But yeah, so I wanted to provide you with this little and small guide, less than 15 minutes. I hope you got some interesting things. I think I will put also a pre-biz list. It's not that necessary because we talk about a leveling guide, but maybe it's interesting for you. Maybe I will put the macros into the video description, and that's it. Like I said, watch the pet tier list guide if you want. That's it for this video, guys. See you. Good luck. Bye bye.